Welcome back to Renegade GCM. Today we have a gameplay video between Nico, Robin, and Blackbeard. So we choose to go first, taking a mulligan here. So we have Professor Clover, a Nico Robin 6-drop, Big Mom, the 9-drop, a Dashiri, and a Nami. So Robin has Banish, and when attack I can trash a card with trigger from my hand to add Arrested Dawn. And Blackbeard is Blackbeard. So here we got three. We're just gonna put them on Nico and just go. We're gonna trash debating. I think we're gonna trash the. I don't know if we want to trash one. Yeah, we're gonna not trash. We're just gonna go 8-5 here. They take that hit, which is good for us. We want to get them down early enough because they're not getting the cards in hand with Nico Robin. If we hit, we connect. They goes to the discard. So the first couple turns, we're just getting Dawn and passing back and forth until we got to our second turn. Then we were able to attack. Opponent sitting at 4 Dawn currently. 7 cards in hand, looks like. So they're going to attach all 4 to Blackbeard. Which is going to be a 9k swing. So they did try to shut off our on plays for next turn. 9-5, we take this, we get a Dashiri. We use the trigger to draw a card. And now we get a Brule. So our on plays don't work, but we can still establish a board here. So we're going to put 2 on Nico Robin, our leader, and go 7-5. We're going to trash a Nami to gain Arrested Dawn here. This should force some counters out of hand, because I don't foresee them wanting to put more of their life into their trash. So opponent, oh, they actually took that one. Okay, so that's 2 life we banished. Now we're going to play Dashiri. And getting 2 cards with trigger into our hand, which we grabbed our 2Ks, Frankie and Nico Olivia. And we're just going to pass it back to him. Like, we do have on play stuff, but like, worst case, just attach your Dawn to your leader and just go. They're not going to really be able to establish much of a board if they have to keep discarding their counters out of hand in order to keep their life from being banished. Not always the best play, though. But if the Blackbeard player does miss a turn where they don't shut off our on plays, we do have options to play. So they're going to deploy a Laboon and a Daku. So pretty much anything we play, they're going to be able to remove. So now they have a 5k swing that they can bring at us. They're going to, yep, they shut off, they trashed the 10-drop teach to shut off our on play, which is good. We'll take that hit. The trigger, I think it's, what is it? Activate main, so I think we get a card with trigger and then put the rest at the bottom. So we look at the top 3, grab a card with trigger, put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So we got another Nico Robin. I mean, she's going to be just a 6k body for the most part because they keep shutting off the on play. So here we're debating, like, if we deploy the blocker, they're just going to remove it. So we got 8 Dawn to work with. We're going to put 5 on, and go 10-5 here. There's no point in trashing a card because we're going to be at 10 next turn. So they banished another life. Now we deploy the blocker. We know that they can remove it if they want to. But essentially them resting their Laboon to give it to minus is like the blocker did its job. The Nico Robins would have been nice, but now they're just a 6k body. If we could have got them out earlier with being able to use their on play. But they do have a 1k counter at minimum. So they play a Shiru, which is one of their 2k counters. So Frankie's just a 4-5 body, he's a 2k as well. That's the problem right now we're running into with Laboon and Q on field. Anything we play, they can remove. And Blackbeard has a lot of removal options with like the finger gun and um, liberation. Now Teach does get some more support in OP10, but right now we're just doing OP9 Meta. You will have some OP10 stuff coming out in the near future. So here they're going to use their Laboon, which we expected them to do, but like I said, that Laboon resting wasn't attacking into our life. So the blocker essentially did the same role in that situation. So the opponent still has 5 Dawn open. They're going to play a Lafitte, resting it. Try to find a card. We have a lot of counter in hand, so they got a Jesus Burgess. Okay. They're going to attach 3 Dawn to their leader. Now they have an 8K swing into us. They're shutting off our on plays. They're going to go 8 into 5 here. Here we're going to give them a 2K, 2 2Ks. Alright, so now we're on our 10 Dawn turn here. Let's see. Give one of your leaders characters 1,000 power for the turn. After this, your opponent has 2 or less life. Rest up to one of their 4 cost lower characters. Debating here. They got 3 cards in hand. We're going to put 4 on our leader. And we're going to go after Laboon. Just guaranteeing to get rid of that. So 9 into 5. I can't foresee them wanting to give the rest of their counter up. Okay. So now we're going to deploy the Nico Robin. It's just a 6K body. It's going to help us try to close the game out. And since we got rid of the Laboon, it's not as easy for them to remove with their .Q. They'll have to establish something else that will give cost reduction. So opponent now hit their 10 Dawn. So now they're going to deploy their Jesus Burgess, which gets plus, looks like 1,000 currently. Alright, so they attach some Dawn to the Shiryu, going 7 into 5 with their on play, or on attack ability, lets them draw 2, trash 2, I believe. Or draw 2 and trash something. So 7 into 5 here is a 2 and a 1. So they may trash 2 and then draw 2. Okay. So we're going to give them a 2. We're debating about that Nami, if the Nami's good enough to keep, but we're going to just get rid of it. So they have 3 open Dawn here. If they use 1 for Lafitte, that'll mean they'll have a 7K swing coming. They're going to put all 3 on their leader, okay? They're going to go 8. We're going to take this one. And they didn't shut off our on play here. We were double checking on that. They did not shut off our on play. So we're going to deploy this here. We're going to Dawn 1. We're going to trash that event there, gaining us a life and putting their Burgess at the bottom of their life. So now we're going to attack 6 into their 4. They give that up. And we're going to play our Nico Olivia to give our leader plus 3,000 and go 8 into 5 here. No reason trashing anymore. So we did banish another card, their stage. Opponents still, so opponents have 10 Dawn, 4 cards in hand. They have 2 life, the bottom life being a Jesus Burgess. And we established a 9K body on the field, a 9-drop. Like I said, we were just waiting for that one turn where the leader, where the Blackbeard player wasn't comfortable enough to trash a card to shut off our own plays for us to be able to do stuff. So we have a Dashiri in hand, which will allow us to find 2 more cards with trigger, which is potentially 2 more of our 2Ks. So here they're going to deploy their 10-drop Teach blocker. assuming they're going to shut off the 9-drop Linlin from attacking. But now they only have a 5k swing coming in, which we have the Nico Robin 1k counter if we want to give that to them, or we could take the life. So they didn't attack at all, which is kind of weird. Alright, so they didn't shut off our abilities either, so we're going to take advantage of this, go Dom -1. We're going to trash this other Big Mom, gaining us a life, and we're just going to put, debating if we want to put Lafitte or Doc Q. We're going to put Lafitte so they don't have, so we can kind of shut off their searching. And now we're going to go 6 into 5, no reason trashing anymore. We'll see if they'll give us a 2k or use their blocker, or they can banish another life. So they gave us the counter. So we're going to go 6 into 5 here. This one they'll get to keep the card if they take it, which they do. And we have 9, but there's really no reason in swinging. We're waiting for the opponent to resolve a trigger. Their search event trigger. So we established 2 of our 9-drop Linlins and was able to use both their effects. Now here, there was really no reason for me to attack knowing that they have just used their blocker. But we'll see. So they took the life. Not really sure, like, they should have just blocked it, because it was a misplay on my part. But maybe they wanted the Burgess back in hand for some reason. So establish another body, but I figured I can crack back on the Linlin. Because we only have 3k worth of counter in hand right now. But yes, swinging that Linlin was a mistake. Because if they deploy another 10-drop Teach, they can shut off our active Linlin and then remove the other one. So they're going to play double Burgess here. Getting, I think it's plus 4,000, so they're 9k bodies. 2 cards in hand, though. So they're going to have to use their Teach to pressure the 9k rested Linlin. And we have 3k, so 9, 10, 11, 12. We won't be able to save it if they do decide to use their blocker to swing into it. But that also leaves their life open. Okay, so they're going to pressure into it. We only have 3k worth of counter. So we'll only be able to match it. So we got to let it go. Like I said, mistake on my part for swinging. Because if I wouldn't have swung, they wouldn't have been able to establish the Burgess. So they can use their Doc Q if they want to remove the Nico Olivia. It's already done its job. But if they don't, we could always put some Dawn on it. Just to make it a swing. Opponent's got 2 Dawn, 2 life. We're sitting with 3k counter and a Dashiri. So next turn, I think we're going to just probably deploy the Dashiri to refill some card option. Alright, so they're playing their last card out with Lafitte and using it to search. So you see here in this game, Nico Robin was able to apply enough pressure, and with that banish ability, making it go to their trash, it feeds their Burgess, but it's not counters in hand and options for them to trash. So here they're going to go 5 into 5. We're going to take that. And they didn't shut off our on plays again, which is great. So we're at 10 Dawn here. We could give them an option to give us a life, or they can take their last life, but that isn't really optimal because they're just going to give us a life. So we're going to put 4 on our Robin and go 9 into 5. They can't counter out of this, and they have no blockers, so they're going to have to take this to the banish. Then we have a 9k swing right into them here. We're just putting the remaining Dawn on the 9k and just going to go like 15 into life. Opponent scoops it up. So they had the other 10 drop and another Van Augur. But as you see, Nico Robin was able to go after Blackbeard, even with him trying to shut off on plays. But when the Blackbeard player doesn't shut off your on plays, we were able to capitalize on our on play effects Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.